Hello everyone, my name is Rohan Agarwal. I'm from Team Blue Leaf Labs from Monte Vista High School in Cupertino, California. I am super excited to show all of you guys my 2026 Modeling the Future Challenge Finalist project. The United Nations has declared a global water bankruptcy. Demand will exceed supply by 40% in 2030, and 300 million people around our world today rely on desalinated water. That's seawater that's had the salt taken out of it. However, desalination produces highly concentrated saline brine. In fact, every day globally, desalination plants output 142 million cubic meters of brine into our oceans. That brine, which can reach up to twice the salinity of normal seawater, is fraught with environmental impact to coastal ecosystems. And governments see this. They're tightening the regulations that desalination plants can have on their brine concentration levels. And a 2019 study found that the Carlsbad desalination plant, the largest in the Western Hemisphere, failed to meet those regulatory measures. In fact, in May 2022, the California Coastal Commission denied a $1.4 billion pilot project in Huntington Beach for a desalination plant, leaving that capital stranded. Already, damages are mounting from lost fisheries, declining tourism, and environmentally destroyed ecosystems. And this regulatory tightening could amount to an extra $25 billion globally every year in unpriced liability. Considering that this liability could damage the desalination industry as a whole, it's clear that the industry needs a solution. I present Osmoflux, a model that analyzes the deployment of reverse electrodialysis in desalination plants, which both generates energy and lowers the concentration of desalination brine to safe levels. I got data from 5 real desalination plants, including Carlsbad. I got parameters such as brine chemistry and flow rate. I also got disposal cost data for brine, as well as membrane performance parameters. With this data, I built a 10,000 shot Monte Carlo techno-economic analysis model with 3 parameters: brine disposal, membrane cost, and electricity prices. To validate my results, I also conducted a 12-parameter 10 trajectory Mars sensitivity sweep. I also analyzed the use of fresh water from the Encina wastewater treatment plant, which is co-located with the Carlsbad desalination plant. And using Encima's water increased the probability of a positive NPV for Monte Carlo from 11% to 36%. I also found that if membrane prices were to dip to $40 per square meter of membrane, there would exist a break-even point with current deployment at Carlsbad. Therefore, I propose the installation of a 10 to 50 cell pair RED pilot plant at the Carlsbad desalination plant, using brine from desalination and fresh water from the Encima wastewater treatment plant. The total budget would amount to $300,000 to $900,000. To begin with, the economic viability would have to be presented to the San Diego County Water Authority. Then, permits would have to be acquired from the city of Carlsbad. And finally, the pilot plant would have to be onboarded on the project at the Poseidon Water site. Desalination is a vital part of not just our present, but also our future. And plants today don't integrate the $25 billion per year brine liability, both from regulations and environmental damages, into their economic framework. Since RED presents a very nearby break-even point and potential economic viability, it's clear that RED must be considered by desalination plants to ensure a water-safe future for everyone around the globe. And finally, I'd like to thank my MTFC mentor, Miss Eileen Burns, all of my judges for giving me such wonderful feedback and reading my proposals, the MTFC organizers, the Actuarial Foundation, and the Institute of Competition Sciences, and all of the MTFC sponsors. Thank you so much to everyone that supported me through my journey to the MTFC finals. That's Blue Leaf Labs, closing out.